We are grateful to be able to meet again for services beginning May 31st. We want to make this transition as safe and smooth as possible, so out of consideration for all of our church family members, and in the spirit of Romans 13 and 1 Peter 2, we are abiding by the recommendations set forth by the Illinois Department of Public Health and the Centers for Disease Control. We realize that there will be members of vulnerable populations, as well as those that are uncomfortable meeting in larger groups, who are not yet ready to join us for an in-person service. We understand that and encourage each person to consider what is the best option for themselves and their families. We will continue to offer a service online at 10 o'clock a.m. We will also continue the Sunday evening online service at 6 o'clock p.m. and the Tuesday night online prayer meeting and Thursday night Ask the Pastor meeting. Both of those meetings are at 7 o'clock p.m. We hope to see as many people as possible at our 10 a.m. service on Sunday. We miss everyone and look forward to the day when we can meet as we once did. However, if you or anyone in your household has a fever, we ask that you all stay home from services until the cause of the fever has been diagnosed and the individual has been fever-free for 24 hours. Or, if you or anyone in your household has been recently diagnosed with coronavirus or thinks you may have been exposed to coronavirus, please self-quarantine the entire household and contact the elders so that we can pray for you and you can give us guidance on how we can best support you and your family during this time. Our outdoor service will begin at 10 o'clock a.m. We ask that you arrive at least 15 to 20 minutes before the service starts. This is necessary so that everyone can participate in the entire worship service and to minimize distractions and interruptions. Chairs will be set up under a tent, the pavilion, and on the southwest side of the church and pavilion, allowing for a minimum of 6 feet of space between each individual or family group. In order to maintain social distancing, please follow the directions of the deacons and ushers for the places to enter and exit the seating areas. The chairs have been spaced with appropriate distances and have been disinfected with an EPA and CDC approved disinfectant prior to the service and will be disinfected again after the service. Pastor Arvid will dismiss individuals and families after the service in a staggered pattern so as to maintain social distancing. As hard as it will be, the greeting time of hugs and handshakes will be replaced with waves and air bumps. Now, I'm not entirely sure what an air bump is, but maybe we can get Pastor Arvid to demonstrate for us. We ask that you refrain from physical contact, such as handshakes, hugs, and high fives. There will be no access to the church building with the exception of restricted bathroom use. The south doors will be open and monitored for that purpose. The main entrance doors to the east will all be locked, allowing for exit but not entry. All classrooms will be locked, and there will be no children's programs or nursery available. If a child needs to be changed, please use the changing stations in either restroom or your car. There will be a maximum of 2 people allowed per restroom at a time. In order to maintain social distancing, there will be one clearly marked entrance to the church for restroom use, and there will be a different door by which you will exit. Those doors, as well as the restroom doors, will be propped open to minimize the risk of exposure. If there are multiple people who need to use the restroom, there will be a 6-foot increment marked outside the building for that purpose. In the men's room, the urinal will be taken out of service and men should use the stalls. Everyone should close the toilet lid before flushing to prevent potential aerosolization of the virus. Everyone should wash their hands after using the restroom for a full 20 seconds. After drying your hands, please use the hydrogen peroxide disinfectant and paper towels to clean the faucet handles before exiting the restroom. Masks are not required out of doors when a 6-foot distance can be maintained. However, if you are more comfortable wearing a mask, please feel free to do so. You may see some of the staff, elder, and deacon boards wearing masks as we may be coming into closer proximity to each other and members of the congregation. We do ask that you bring a mask with you, however. In the event that you need to enter the building to use the restroom, we ask that you put your mask on while you're in the building. This could be a medical mask, bandana, cloth mask, etc. All are acceptable forms of face covering. In Illinois, we are being asked to put on a mask when entering an essential business or service. We've prayed that the governor would consider churches to be an essential service, and as such, we want to comply with this request. This is not an effort to protect you from contracting the virus from someone who is asymptomatic, but to protect them from you in the event that you are asymptomatic. In an effort to mitigate the potential spread of the virus, there will be no coffee or snacks available at the service. The water fountains will be turned off and covered for the same reason. Please feel free to bring your own beverage, but please do not share beyond your family group. Please bring your own Bibles. There will be no common church Bibles available for people to borrow. There will also be no bulletins or sermon notes available. All of this is upon recommendation of the CDC and IDPH in order to mitigate any potential spread of the virus. We will email announcements out on Monday morning, and if you'd like a copy of the sermon notes, they will be emailed on Saturday. Please print a copy at home and bring it with you for your use in the service. We are grateful to God for His continuing provision during the pandemic and shelter-at-home order. To mitigate the risk of spreading the virus, we will not be passing the offering plates. If you'd like to give an offering, please leave it in one of the boxes that are clearly marked just outside the church on the south lawn. You can also use our online giving option that's available at cornerstonelw.org. All hard surfaces and objects that are frequently touched, such as tables, desks, door handles, light switches, chairs, etc., are regularly disinfected with a hospital-grade 1.4% hydrogen peroxide solution, which is well above the minimum required amount for disinfecting surfaces. This is a disinfectant that does not trigger those who struggle with chemical sensitivities. In the absence of the availability of hand washing, the CDC recommends the use of hand sanitizers. Please be aware that most hand sanitizers contain chemicals that can cause severe reactions in several of our church members who suffer from chemical sensitivities. If you bring a hand sanitizer to use, we ask that you use it away from others. The church has hand sanitizers available for your use that do not trigger these reactions. They will be clearly marked on tables outside the church. We look forward to worshiping together in person on Sunday, Lord willing. There may be additional information that we need to share with you throughout the week. Please check your inboxes or Facebook for those announcements. The deacons, elders, and staff will also provide direction on Sunday morning. If you have any questions, please contact any of the members of the elder or deacon board. Their contact information is contained in the email that included the link to this presentation. We look forward to seeing you on Sunday.